Hi, this is Jay from 923 Fabrics and Crafts. Thanks for joining me on this quick walkthrough of how I plan my social media posts for the week. Today, we're going to look at Plan That. Plan That is a social media content calendar that I use to plan out all of my social posts for the entire week. Plan That allows me to tie in my Instagram, my Facebook. I'm tinkering with TikTok as well as my Pinterest. In addition, it does also allow you to tie in LinkedIn. I don't have a LinkedIn yet, so more to come there. Some of the features that we'll cover today are the inspiration section, the content calendar, media page, where all of the media that you have posted is stored, the hashtags, strategy, and results. Starting with the inspiration page, you have four tabs: content inspiration, content prompts, social starters, and trending audio. With content inspiration, you have some royalty free content that you can select from. It is really very cool to have all of these different images that are already pre-made for you. It's a really great way to start with a basic template. You can search by different topics or holidays or e-commerce or lifestyle, and it gives you a lot to work with in terms of finding some inspiration if you don't have the ability to take pictures or get really good photos done to prepare for your social posts. The content prompts is another really great tool where it helps you to kind of lay out your strategy for whatever you're looking to accomplish for that month. So if you are hosting a giveaway, it gives you a layout of what posts you should do in what order on your Instagram so that you can tease the product or tease the giveaway and then get to your launch. On the Social Starters tab, you'll find a nice collection of captions that you can use that kind of get your brain working and get you going on writing a really good caption for your post. Again, it has some different topics that you can use depending upon what you're looking to do, and you can perform a search and just use these as a way to springboard your content. I use these occasionally when I hit a little bit of writer's block, and I'll use one of these, but I'll change some of the language to fit my needs. Trending audio is something that I have not explored yet, but for Reels and TikTok, you need really good audio, and this is a great way to know which audios are really trending right now on the various social platforms. So when you are building your Reels and your TikToks, you're using timely audio. Next up, let's take a look at the content calendar. This is a really great view of all of your posts that you have scheduled or have posted over the course of the month. What's really nice about this view is that you can see what has posted to Instagram and what has posted to Facebook. If you had other socials that were attached to your plan, you could also see them in this view as well. There's two different ways to view it. You can view it in a monthly grid view, such as what you see here, or you can look at it in a list view, which is nice if you are a list person. So you can see what time you have it scheduled for or what time something posted for, and so on and so forth. So on this calendar, you can see that tomorrow, December 16th, I will be sharing I already have scheduled these two items for tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Now, and they're also the same thing. So I have the same post going on Instagram as well as on my Facebook. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the Create tab and talk about how you schedule your posts. What you'll also notice on the content calendar, and I'm going to go back to the grid view so that you can see this a little bit better. You'll notice up above here that there are different kind of prompts that are available to you. So, which is really kind of nice because sometimes I don't know what to post from day to day. And this is a great way to kind of get some ideas. So, let's say, for instance, I'm going into next week and I don't have any ideas. I don't know what to post. Well, it's nice to know I don't celebrate Hanukkah, but it's nice to know that Hanukkah starts on the 19th. So if you click on whatever that title is, it will then give you some content that comes along with that particular topic. It'll give you a social starter, which is your caption. It'll even give you some hashtags that you can save into your hashtag group and go ahead and build your post right here from this screen. So you can select whichever visual you want, or you can use your own. Go ahead and copy that social starter to your clipboard, save the hashtag, and then go ahead and add it into your grid so that you can begin posting it and scheduling that post. So that is a really great tool. I use that a lot when I first got started because I didn't know what to post. It also gives you an idea of different holidays or different national days that come around that you may not be aware of. Like Boxing Day is not something that we celebrate here in the United States, but it's certainly something that speaks to our European friends. Business goals for 2023, some really great ideas. So the content calendar is really a great way to look at everything almost month over month, week over week, and have an idea of what you already have scheduled and what you should schedule for your post. The next tab we're going to review is the Media tab. Here you are able to upload and categorize images that you want to utilize in your social posts. Down below, you'll also find any of the items or images that you have previously published. Some will be noted as on hold for now, and others will show as published. Sometimes you'll see the same images in both categories, but often in the hold for now category, you will see the images that you did not publish, and it just kind of put it in that category to hold it for you. Down here in the publish section, you'll notice that I have duplicates. That is because when I publish my social post, I publish in both Instagram and Facebook. It will save a copy of the image for each platform that you publish to. Here on the hashtag screens, you can create collections of hashtags that you can utilize in your social posts. You can create your own hashtags here in this section, create a name of the set, and then start typing your hashtag here. It will automatically add the hashtag in front of it, and you can go ahead and create a list of up to 30 hashtags that you will use in your social post. There are some suggested hashtags here where you can look through and determine whether or not you want to utilize some already existing hashtag sets. You can perform a search for any number of topics, and they have a wide variety of topics available depending upon your needs, and you can search for that here. And then on the right side, this is where you will see all of your saved sets. You'll be able to access these hashtags and sets from your create page when you are preparing your social post. And we'll take a look at that a little bit closer in our course around creating a social post through Plann. Next up is the strategy tab. On the strategy tab, this is where you're going to lay out your strategy for your posts. It's kind of like putting together your roadmap for how you're going to reach a certain destination in what you're looking to accomplish for that month, that week. What are you trying to drive your customers to? You can do a number of things utilizing the strategy screen. First of all, I'll show you, you can use the themes help. This is really helpful to determine some of the basic theme types and what that means in terms of like what you should post and helping you come up with some ideas about what should fall into that category. They have some built-in items on the left here. The ones that are colorful on this screen, I created myself. You can create your own down here where it says add custom right here. As you create or determine which one of the themes you want to use, then you're going to add them to the grid by clicking on it, and then you can move them around. When you're moving them around, keep in mind that, and this version that you're looking at is for Instagram. You can see that on the right hand side. This is what my Instagram feed would look like. So everything is backwards, meaning the next, if I use this strategy grid, the first post that would follow this one would be the upcoming events. Then the next one would be in store, and so on and so forth. So if you have a specific formula that you want to follow, then you can think about it that way, reorganize these, click them, drag them wherever you want them to be, so that you have an idea of what post in what type of post you want to put up in what order. I really, really like this particular aspect of Plann because I've changed my strategy according to what I was looking to accomplish. When we were moving to a new store and I was building up excitement around the store, around the new location, I changed my strategy in terms of what items I was posting and in what order. In addition, down below, they also have some additional content prompts down here. So you can click on the content prompts and it has some grids already set up depending upon some commonly used methods. If you're an artist or illustrator, if you're looking to promote food or family or home or lifestyle, these are already built out for you. This is a great template to start from, and then you can add your own personal topics that you want to plug in there. So once you come up with a strategy, you can add them to the grid, and we'll talk again a little bit more about that in the other video about how I create social posts for the week using Plann. In addition, you have down here just a place to write out your notes and to brainstorm as to what your goals are going to be for the week. This week, your goal is, this week I'm testing, this certain types of content has performed well. Personally, I have not used the focus notes, but I can see the benefit in using that because it helps you to really think through what are you trying to accomplish, what are you trying to motivate your customers to do. You can put that out in words in your notes down here. I utilize a planner, a written planner, but you can certainly capture those notes here. Strategy is really, really key in understanding how you're going to approach what you are selling or what you are advertising through your social media. What you'll notice here is that you can create a strategy for your, and this is just for Instagram, but for your posts, your stories, and your reels. So you can lay out a whole plan for yourself for the week in terms of, if I'm doing reels for the week, what is going to be my strategy? And you'll notice that my strategy for my reels is different from my strategy from my post because it's different audience and you're trying to convey something different through a different form of social media. So you can also do the same thing for your Facebook if that's what you have. And if I switch over to Facebook, you'll notice it'll just change the whole setup for you. We'll give this a minute to come back up and we'll go back to strategy. And again, it will lay out for you a different grid type. And I don't have a strategy for Facebook built in, but let's go ahead and take a look at those content prompts and let's just choose one and I'll plug it in. So let's say I'm running a sale. We're going to go ahead and select it. It will plug it into the grid. And these are the different ones that you would have in your grid. So as I'm building my Facebook social posts on, I would have a post that talks about the sale teaser, the email discount, product shot, social proof, things of that nature. And I would just go ahead and fill in posts according to those topics. So strategy is a really, really helpful tool. I do rely upon strategy quite a bit when I'm organizing what I will post. So again, we'll dive a little bit deeper into this during our upcoming class of how to schedule your posts for the week through Plann, but this is really a tremendous tool. The next page we're going to review are the results. I really like looking at the results, and I will tell you that you can only see the full version of results in the paid version of Plann. A lot of what I've already shared with you is available through the free version, but the paid version does allow you to get some really great data in terms of how are your posts doing. You can look at it from a week perspective, the month, 3 months, lifetime, and it will do that calculation for you and really give you an idea of how are you doing. Um, what I really, really like about this is that it gives me so much information about, is what I'm doing working? That's probably one of the number one things from a business owner perspective that is really challenging to figure out. You're creating these posts and you want to know, well, am I reaching people? Am I reaching the right people? Is it working? Overall, what kind of impression is it making on my audience? Am I up? Am I down? Are there certain colors that don't work for me? Overall, which posts did the best? And then when you start to dig deeper into which ones were most liked or which posts were seen more often, which one of your stories did well, or is there certain color palette that is performing well, that really kind of helps to shape, all right, if this particular color palette is doing well, then maybe I'll stick to that. If a different color palette is, or if this is not working well, then I'll change some things. If my videos seem to do better than my just regular stagnant posts, then I'll do more videos. It really, really, really helps. When I tell you it's one of those things that I look at on a regular basis, this is something I look at a lot. I generally don't look at it from a month perspective. I generally look at it from the week over week perspective because I do my posts every week. I set up time once a week to kind of be ahead and look ahead for 1 week at a time. I don't try to look too far ahead and I don't try to look too far behind me. So the results page gives you tons of information, tons of analytics around engagement and reach and impressions. And this is really important. The best time to reach your customers or your followers. When are they most online? When do they mostly engage? And this will help you to think about when is the right time to schedule your post. I use this information all the time. And again, we go into the next class of how to schedule your post on a weekly basis. We're going to touch on this in terms of what's the best way for me to schedule my post so that I don't have to sit by the phone and wait for a particular time of day to push the button. I can go ahead and schedule it. And then what time should I schedule it? This is where that information is coming from. It's the based upon the algorithm and the based upon how well your posts are performing within the last week. And you can utilize it. It does. This is based upon a week, but you can also look at it by month, right? The last 3 months, what's the best time of day for your followers to engage or to view your posts? Really, really great information and definitely useful in terms of helping you to strategize and come up with the right way to approach your social post. It also tells you which media has been mentioned or shared or where you've been noted as a collaborator, all of that good stuff. This is very helpful also. Now, you will notice that I don't have a ton of followers, and I'm okay with that. That's just, what my particular business has, but I'm looking to grow that audience. So I use this information so that I can grow my audience. Look at this. You can see the current colors that I'm using, my best performing palette, and my worst performing palette. That means that these colors didn't do as well in terms of getting people to stop and look as these did, right? So, and it changes according to the season. It changes according to what post you're using throughout the month, throughout the week, and this again helps you to figure out, should I even use this fuchsia color anymore? No, I should leave it alone. This pink, don't ever use it again. Or if you can see that there's some combinations of colors that some do well, some don't do well, this helps. It's really tedious sometimes when you're trying to figure all this stuff out, but having this reporting is super, super helpful. You can also see the number of likes. You can organize it by most liked, least liked, most commented, highest engagement, lowest engagement, all of that. You can look at your stories, et cetera, et cetera. And then finally, here on the profile, you can see the growth of your followers over time. So I'm going to show you over the last 3 months, because I have seen some growth over the last 3 months. I went up since October. I was at 477 followers, and now I'm at 540 followers. So you can see that growth. And this will also help you to pinpoint also where are your followers coming from. I have followers over in Nigeria, which is fantastic, but the majority of my followers come from the United States. The age range of my followers, the male and female breakdown, so that you understand who is following you and who you're speaking to when you're creating your post. That is equally as important as what you post. What your post has to speak to who is actually reading your post, right? So this invaluable. If you have the ability to do the paid version of Plann, I highly recommend it. If it's just for this information, I think that it changes the game in terms of understanding your approach. So that's the results page. That concludes the basic overview of Plan That. You'll notice we did not cover the Create page. The Create page is where all of these features are tied together to really create a full layout of all of your social posts. We will cover that in its entirety, tying in all of these special features under a separate video. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your super busy day. I know as a small business owner, you are the everything. So thanks for taking time to watch this video. I hope it was helpful, and we look forward to seeing you in the next.